Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. Today we are going to be having a look at the brand new update to Sunless Skies, the Chiropterous Hoarder. I hope I've said that right. So there's a few things they've added in this update. The first is a new officer who is apparently, well, might be one of the original masters from London, where I don't know who. The current theory is it might be Mr. Apples or something about immortality. Can't say my knowledge is all there. And another thing they've added is engines, which make you go quicker. Now, they do sell one here. I have played a little bit off of camera, get a little bit of money, reset all my terror and stuff, and I am tempted to buy this. It makes us go 15% faster, so it's not a huge amount, but it consumes slightly more fuel. But it's 1,200. I think we are going to try it just to see if it completely cripples me or not. So let's get my old engine out of my bay. I'm going to keep that just in case it ends up costing me an absolute crap ton and I want to swap it out later. So, as far as I know, the new officer is in Port Avon, so I am going to head there. I also have a prospect to go to Port Avon for seeds, hence why I have these. And I think we shall head off there now. I may cut it so we can get as much as possible in this episode of the new update. Oh, another thing they've added quickly is an Albion to Eleutheria gate. That's apparently going to be difficult, but it is something I'll be keeping my eyes open for, because that would be very nice. It would mean we wouldn't have to go to Hybris every single time that we wanted to go to Eleutheria. It may be easier. It kind of makes Albion a more central zone. But either way, I'll see you at Port Avon. And here we are at Port Avon. Let's have a look, see if there is anything new here. That's not the right place. Where would it be? Oh, the village green. The Auroral Sommelier. Someone has grafted brass wheels to the carcass of an old armoire and impaled its top with a jaunty damasked umbrella. A man stands behind it, flesh and finery, the colours of the dawn, shepherding customers through their sampling of wines. Sweet wines, sour wines, subtle wines, and sinful spirits of every vintage, save of course for the Hesperian cider. He gives a small, sad laugh. I know because I looked. This is the only place with real apples, and even here, that cider eludes me. He beckons you with a gloved hand. So we can ask him about Hesperian cider. A rare vintage, unheard of and unseen since London. This merits investigation. Now, what I know about this cider is it's a cider that grants you immortality? But not the traditional Fallen London immortality, it's proper immortality that's recognised by the judgments, rather than some sort of weird curse stopping you from dying. Come here, come close and listen. Your effervescent thing. I have a story. An associate of mine, he once gave me a sip of it, one golden drop to place under my tongue, and my life was changed. A carnivorous pleasure steeps in his voice as he speaks. I went back to the store immediately, of course, but the price was too much. And then eventually the dreams drained away, and now here I am. I'm here, serving wine to drunks. His laughter is black and bitter, but the Auroral Sommelier gives you the address nonetheless, just in case. If you decide to risk the same grief, savour it for me. The Auroral Sommelier mentioned Hesperian cider, apparently purchasable from an unusual shop in London. So, I think we have to go to London. So saving on the travel again, unless something horrendous happens, I will see you in London. And we made it to London. Which happened on the way. Oh dear, missed the... That extra engine is very nice. The speed you get is very noticeable. So is the fuel consumption, for the record. I noticed how I was using an awful lot of fuel. Okay, so what do we have here? That's new, the Insistent Surveyor. The Surveyor has become a regular presence at the pubs near St. Dominic's station. She has been looking for a partner in some ill-defined and costly project. Thus far, she has no takers. She has brown skin and her face sports the beginnings of a frown that never matures but never quite goes away. She wears a sensible green coat with a sensible green cape. Won't you do me for a drink, Captain? Let's hear a proposal. Perhaps there is an opportunity here, one that others lack the imagination or the ambition to see. She shows you to her table, buys you a drink, and refreshes her own glass of wine. A proposal will not make us rich. In fact, it is likely to be ruinously expensive. But if we're successful, we will change the skies forever. You press her for details. She is coy. One step at a time, my lady. First, we must conduct a thorough investigation of the ruins at Dusting's Keep, beyond Warbly-Juxter-Mare. I am confident in my theory, but until it is tested, all else is speculation. I need passage for myself and my work crew on a locomotive fitted with an assaying equipment. If I am right, I'll explain it all. What do we have here? You can recall the gossip you've heard about her? You have heard a few things about her. She conducts research at the university, you understand. You know that her areas are engineering and celestial archaeology. You know that she has been pursuing the same secretive line of research for years and that her funding is almost depleted. And you know that her father was Professor Singh, of the Singh-Jenkins expedition. It constructed the first transit relays, exploring far-flung regions in an attempt to decipher the language of the heavens. The expedition was lost years ago. Ooh, I don't want to spend my savage secret, I'm afraid. Just in case I need that for something else later. So we have an assaying device and we can offer them transport. So let's offer transport to Dusking's Deep. You have the necessary equipment and room on your engine, assuming the Surveyor's team are willing to double up with your crew. You don't actually know where that is. Her team are loyal and orderly, squeezing into the available cabins without complaint. They bring with them a great deal of equipment for excavation, for construction, and an array of delicate instrumentation of uncertain function. Once aboard, the Surveyor beams with excitement. She hurries to a window to watch as London is left behind. He's been waiting for this for a long time. Dusking's Deep. I fear I've never heard that name. Well, that we want to keep our eye open for. It's probably in this big black bit down here. Unless there's something in the journal that will tell us. Really should use this thing a lot more, shouldn't I? The Surveyor's expedition. Lies beyond Warbly-Juxter-Mare, of course. She said that. It was up here somewhere. Dusking's Deep. Over here maybe, or over here. Either way, that's something we'll keep our eye open for. Right now, I want to have a look and see if we can find that wonderful little wine shop. Let's explore London. Here we go. Hunt for the shop that the Auroral Sommelier mentioned. It must be here somewhere. There! You find the establishment between the roofs of two collapsed houses. Under their steepled walls, it bulges like a tumour. You enter. The floorboards sigh in warning under your feet. The tiling ripples underfoot like the back of an animal. Inside there are aisles as thin as capillaries and shelves cooled in thick black fabric. There is no one here. A dusty bronze bell rests atop an equally dusty counter. Let's call for service. The sound is sharp and silver in the murk. For a time there is nothing, no indication of life in the store until... What are you? Why have you come? If you're a customer, I have nothing right now, nothing I want to sell. Comes a voice from the clutter. A body soon follows the voice, peeling from the gloom. It elongates, stretching upwards, spreading into a flare of burgundy fabric. Under its hood, an unmistakably Chiropterian visage, its eyes dark and curious. It is one of the masters of the bazaar. Though pronounced adversaries of the Empire, one of them still stands here before you, impervious, impossible, and maybe slightly afraid. The red-clad master glares at you from behind his counter. You repeat the Auroral Sommelier's comments with gusto. Gone. What he wants is gone. No, not gone, but almost gone. Little more than a sweet swallow that isn't enough to do anything. Movement in the chthonic murk filled with carnivore purpose. You smell animal musk and hoarfrost on the rose petals, and fruit both astringent and sweet. Gone. But I could make more. I was Mr. Apples once, and I was once other things, other names, other people. Where is Mr. Apples? You smell of oil and metal and the stars. You could take me where I need to go. You can almost touch it. Do this for me and I will trade you something very rare, very fine indeed. A pause. My company. So he no longer has any of the cider. We can recruit him. Let's hope he doesn't ask for something ridiculous. For one reason or another, you do not say no. You're wiser than most your kind. I am so glad that you did not say no. It would have made me unhappy, and that would have made you worse. It feeds oil to one of the dying lamps, pendulating overhead, so close its breath rakes over your skin. Revealed, the Chiropterous Hoarder is massive, stooped, bat-like, where its bones do not strain to imitate humanity. But you did not, so we are now. It searches for the word. Friends. And not hungry things circling in the dark, watching to see who will lay down their guard first. The Hoarder has clambered aboard your engine with a vast quantity of luggage. He's joined our crew as an officer. Can we speak to him? Where would he like to go? As someone who plays Fallen London, this is very exciting for me, I just want to say. I'm just going to say Hoarder because that word is going to trip me up every single time. The Hoarder colonizes your pantry, half the cargo bay, and one of the cupboards in the galley. It fills these spaces with velvet-wrapped boxes of varying sizes, opaque mason jars which sometimes ring with tapping from within, glass displays populated by half-dead and unblinking things. Periodically, the Hoarder can be found in the cabin it has been assigned, hunched over a new item, a new acquisition. But we can ask about his luggage. It is your right as captain to at least have some knowledge of what you're transporting. The Hoarder glowers, its expression glacial. When it becomes clear that it cannot intimidate you into leaving, your quartermaster sighs and relents. A jellyfish, still alive, it whispers, voice soared down to a growl. As it speaks, the Hoarder trails a claw along each item, a dream of freedom piped into glass. Verdant spores that will never die, everything immortal, or that aspires to be immortal. I am making an inventory of them. Ooh. He wants a gourd of nectar. Well, I have a gourd of... If I go in here, I have gourds in the bank. So let me get one quickly. There we go. That's not very often, does it? Bring the Hoarder a gift. How do you build rapport with someone who wants everything? You give them more. Your present is received with poor grace and rich suspicion. Joy is lost when something is given away. It admonishes, your species is ridiculous. Despite its truculence, there is tenderness in a way the Hoarder cradles your gift. Trust in your officers is contingent on knowledge of them. Probe the Hoarder's ambitions. Okay, so we can talk about its interests. What does it care about? Perhaps you will find common ground. He wants to build something that lasts forever. I have a dream, he confides, picking at the hem of its scarlet cloak. An ear, long and velveteen, droops from its cowl. An old dream, an excellent dream. I would make my collection perfect. To do this, there is a corpse that I must visit. Your kind named it Faith's Fall. Appropriate, I think. If I could travel there, if I had help and bronzewood, I could build the thing that I need. For a moment, its eyes are the universe, garbed and glorious with stars. But you couldn't spare the crew, or the timber, or the time. Not for me. No, not for me. So, 5 spare crew. Oh dear. Requested you bring 6 pieces of bronzewood. That's a lot of bronzewood. Faith's Fall is in the Reach, so I guess we'll be going back to the Reach. Luckily, there are places that sells bronzewood in the Reach. Unsure if there's any... Oh, do I have any in my bank? That's a good place to start, isn't it? 2. I have 2. Oh, I also have a lot of carefully packed munitions I got when I was coming over here, because of course I do. So, okay, I will head back to the Reach. And let's see if we can actually do some of this storyline. Faith's Fall. I swear it's up by... Yeah, it's up by Hybris. Okay, well, I will go back to New Winchester. I'll pick up all the things I need. And I will see you there. Just quickly, before I leave, I had a sudden realization that I could see what engine is here. The engine that is sold in Albion is the Gonril. A midnight miracle of engineering, the Gonril was originally commissioned by the Admiralty for its dreadnoughts. Now, more widely available, the Gonril is lean and fast as a hunting panther. The latest model comes equipped with a steam injector, allowing frantic bursts of speed for captains with the courage to engage it. So, it has the same movement speed and fuel consumption as our current engine, but it has a new mode called Full Steam mode, which is like a boost button. And I would like to see that, but it's 3,000 sovereigns, and I don't have that right now, but that's something to keep in mind for later, that I may come back and pick that up. There is one thing I would quite like to get, and that is Her Renewed Majesty's Jubilee. It's the rocket launcher, basically. And that is only 1,880, so I am going to buy that. It's going to put a dent in the old bank, but I'm sure we will get back to it. So let's swap that out for the trusty... Even though I do like the mines, I think for now I'm going to swap it out for the mines if I can. Oh, no, wait. Will it not let me? Because it needs to go there. Can this go there? Okay, there we go. Never mind. Oh no, I swapped the buttons around. That's going to be annoying. Either way, like I said, I will see you in the Reach. Ooh, I've just got back to New Winchester, kitting out my stuff, making sure I've got a full crew and stuff, and I've noticed that the ride of the Liberties, the Tackety pub buzzes with excitement. The development of a new Liberator class of locomotive is complete. The new engines have already been sighted in the skies, often in the company of the smaller Tackety scouts, which use them for refuel and resupply. Let's listen to the conversation. We'll learn what we can about the Tackety's new weapon in the Winchester War. You gather they are sluggish and heavy, much more resilient than their smaller cousins, the scouts. A blistered engineer claims to have seen one in action, engaging marauders in the paths of Traitor Wood. Don't get round the side of them, is all he will say, unless you like being boiled like a sardine in a can. Okay, that's interesting. Don't get round the side of them. Are they broadside? Let's get... I'd like 3, but... Being over is a bad thing, I know that for true, we'll do that. Okay, yeah, we got 3, wonderful. Okay, so my next little trip is to Polymer and Plenty's to get bronzewood. And then we will be going up to Faith's Fall, which is quite close. So, I guess I should get more fuel and stuff, actually. But either way, I will meet you at Faith's Fall, unless something horrendous happens. I'm trying to get as much of this done as humanly possible this episode. So, I will see you there. So, we're currently coming up on Faith's Fall. One thing I will say about this rocket launcher is that it's very, very good. All the fights I've had along the way here have been incredibly swift, except for that one time where I shot them when they were a little bit too close and I almost killed myself. That was fun. Well, I didn't almost kill myself, but I hurt myself quite badly. Hopefully when we get to Faith's Fall, I have everything I need. I bought all the bronze wood. Oh dear, hello. Let's... And that's how efficient that is. Might as well repair myself, why not? Sweet. Yeah, here it is. Faith's Fall. Here comes all the terror. Luckily we're in quite a good space when it comes to terror. Oh great, it's loads of tacties and... Oh wait, no, they're not tacties, are they? I remember. They're bloody horrible, tentacly blah 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 things. Right, so here we are, Faith's Fall. What remains of the behemoth's carapace is scarred with sigils. Most are marred and broken, some still holding a sullen, resentful power. Your locomotive is stopped on a broad, flat section of the shell. The few sigils nearby are too cracked to risk much harm. So let's assist the Hoarder with its collection. The Hoarder seems genuinely overjoyed to be here. There is much to be done. We have everything. Let's hope nobody dies. Oh dear. The Hoarder hurries a handful of your crew across that monstrous carcass. Its instructions giving rhythm to their labour. They build in concert with its directives, soaring bronzewood scaffolding the walls. An unlucky number is ordered into the sigil-rotted cavities of the messenger's corpse. The gland, bubonic as a citrus fruit left to swell without light, golden blue when lamplit. If you have eyes, you will not miss it, growls the Hoarder. Half return. Bedraggled and slick with sweat and mucus, they report that they found the gland the Hoarder sought. Unfortunately, it was nothing but a worm-eaten clot of ossified tissue that they brought home. Almost worthless, rasps the Hoarder softly. He did say almost worthless, which is better than completely useless. The gland your crew found was dried up and almost worthless, but the curator does not seem without hope. Speak to it aboard your engine. You did as the Hoarder requested. So okay, let's just get out of here. Part of me wants to fight those guys, but on the other hand, let's just get out of here for a minute. And then we will talk to the officer. There we go. The Hoarder colonizes your pantry. Okay, we've read that. Oh, hello. We can ask him a load of random questions. Let's do this. Ask if he knows Mr. Morangi. Perhaps the curators are acquainted with each other. Silence. The kind not unlike a man trying to recall a favourite meal overtakes the Hoarder for an interval. At last, it brightens. It sells delicious things. Oh. Ask about the other masters. Indeed. What happened to the other masters of old London? Complications happened, to say the least. Her Majesty came to regret her arrangement with us. She reneged and fled the Fifth City for the sky. Most of my colleagues remained behind, fat and sleek and content at the heart of the new Sixth City. But a few of us had languished long enough in the dark. We saw the chance to return home to the heavens. So in secret, a few of us followed you to the sky. Most of us did so quietly. One of us made too much noise, and Her Renewed Majesty overheard. It has a new job now, the Hoarder sniffs. Tragic. The Sixth City? Ah, that's interesting. Okay, what else we got? I mean, we can check in on him. Why not? The hoarder stands in a drift of gleaming curios, brass and glass and bronze polished to incandescence. It is stacking something, many somethings in fact. There is no time to accurately identify them. Noticing your appearance, the hoarder launches itself towards you, a waking nightmare of membrane and red cloth. Out! Out! You cannot look! This is mine! Mine! Out! So let's ask him about the glance. Faith's fall can have been its only chance. The universe is too massive for such small despairs to be true. The hoarder has gouged its frustration onto the walls. The marks are an inch deep, at least. At your question, it glares and claws a fresh shape onto the unmarked section of its quarters. Another messenger corpse. Its necrosis somehow captured in a few immaculate scratches. The house of rod and chains, it growls. If we went there, I'm sure we'll find another gland. If not, I will dig through its necrossing flesh until agony causes it to fruit another, just to make me stop. Okay, so we'll need an unlicensed chart and 2 visions of the heavens. An unlicensed chart I think I might be able to get from Port Prosper by trading in Takadine nameplates. But do I have 2 visions of the heavens? It would make it considerably easier. That is my inventory. Around here somewhere. Visions of the heavens. Here it's listed? Don't know. I get a feeling it's not. Possessions, there we go. Visions. Aha, I have 5 visions of the heavens. So I guess the next place we will be going is the house of rod and chains. Now, I do have the small problem that I know for a fact that I need 2 caddies of dried tea to get to Eleutheria. I don't know if I have dried tea in my bank, but that would require me to go all the way back to New Winchester. That's annoying. Oh, wait. I think I can get there with a savage secret. I think. If memory serves me right. That's annoying, because I kind of got halfway down here before I kind of realised this. Let's try it. For the sake of not driving all the way back. It does mean we're going to have to go past Faith's Fall again, and I have wasted quite a lot of fuel, but... What in the name of all things holy is that? That thing is horrendous. A colonized cantankerous. There's something in the way. My missiles can't get through. Oh, dear God. I think I upset it. Holy crap. Whoa, cantankerous. That thing was horrendous. Not a wreck. I will mourn the dead, however. I want to loot whatever the hell this thing... Oh dear, things just got very interesting all of a sudden. A colonized cantankerous. Pulverized. A palpitating mythological mass of fractured chitinous legs, frilled gills and ruptured polyps. A growth of livid fungus has engulfed a herd of small cantankerous. Now it's dying. The herd grumbles with one irritable, faltering voice. Try to render the fungus edible. That seems like a horrendous idea. Eating unprovocated celestial fungus is of course a ticket to madness, infection, or colourful death. but hopefully your cook can render it inert. Now let's dig under the fungus for precious stones. Sometimes fossils or gemstones can be prized from Cantankery's carapace. You'll have to carve your way through the fungus, though. Oh dear. The fungal sheath is tough, fibrous. They must be dug out by the roots, which sprout between the Cantankery's segmented plates. You use a sharpened trowel and leather gloved fingers beneath a glitter of valuable stones. Incoming. Well, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Oh, we are almost at the Eleutherian gate. I've been recording for an hour and 10 minutes. Somehow I've got to condense this into an episode. That's going to be fun, a little project for me. The gate should literally be just around this corner. If we can get there in Savage Secrets, I may end it in Pan. As much as I'd like to continue this storyline going to the House of Rod and Chains, I am simply going to run out of time. Plus, the episode may end up being like an hour long if I keep going, so we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I can get to Pan without dying. And here we are, assuming I can actually travel. I put a lot of faith in the whole Savage Secret thing. Seems like we can. Travel to Eleutheria. So here we are in Eleutheria. Let's try and make our way to Pan without dying. And I think then I will end the episode. I have achieved quite a lot in this episode. Some of it's going to be cut from the episode, obviously, but we've made a bit of money. Oh dear, that's Reaver, Wrecker, horrible thing that I don't want to annoy. Griefer. There we go. Griever. I don't remember the name eventually. Yeah, a lot of it will be cut, but we've got a new gun. We have some money. We've done quite a lot of quite a lot in my terms of the storyline for the new officer, the Hoarder. I am intrigued. I would like to learn more about what happened to the Masters of London, to tell you the truth. And the Sixth City, that seems like a really important part. Like, what is the Sixth City? Are we going to find out who they were, what they are? Because London is the Fifth City, obviously. Oh dear, it's a flippin' scribe spinster. Damn, this rocket launcher is powerful. My god. Yeah, let's get some bronze wood. That stuff is useful. This rocket is just insanely powerful compared to... Well, then again, I have been using the machine gun and mine combination for a solid amount of episodes at this point. Actually, having a weapon that's geared to the tier that I'm at may make the game a little bit better. I'd like to explore more of the Blue Kingdom if I can. The only reason I left the Blue Kingdom was because it was so hard for me to kill anything there. That it just was not... I kept dying, and... It's not fun to die when you're recording a series, because you lose most of your progress. You keep little bits here and there, but you do lose it. Eventually I'm going to have to, and, well, not die. I'd rather complete the wealth storyline. That's still the plan. They keep releasing updates quicker than I can play them, though. Oh dear. Let's issue some brandy. We have some of it. Yeah, they keep updating the game, which is not a complaint, by the way. The updates that they're doing are amazing. I love them. 2 pieces. They add so much to the game. It's although it was when it was released, I was worried they were just gonna be like, that's it, it's done, game complete, moving on to next project or whatever. But no, they have Failbetter have lovingly cared for this game past its release, adding lots of stuff, and it's definitely a lesson that should be learned for a lot of game developers who just kind of release their game, leave it to die after its release. But I am just curious as to how many more updates there's going to be. I mean, if they keep going like this game could be infinitely amazing. I assume there's not going to be any big new areas or anything. It'll be little sub-stories and offices and things. And they want to tie it into Fallen London. I'll be all for that. I love learning more about Fallen London. That is one of the best parts of the Fellbetter universe, obviously, because it's the main part. The bit that spawned all of this. Ah, that's the beautiful pan music. We almost ran out of supplies, but no, we made it. The House of Chains is all the way up there, past the Halved. So, that's the advantage. It's the one place they haven't changed, is Eleutheria. So I still know where the things are here. Can you hear the pipes, Captain? Oh, I went the wrong way. Bugger, bugger, bugger. This way. This is the longest I've ever recorded a Sunless Skies episode. I'm a bit sad I didn't manage to finish the Hoarder's story, but I'll just do another part, another episode, and hopefully we'll try and get as much of that done as humanly possible. I'd like to do it quicker. I'm taking too long to do some of the most basic things, so. But here we are at Pan. So I think I will end the episode here. We need to go to the House of Chains in the next episode. House of Arguments. Receive a Savage Secret. Oh, please for a Savage Secret. No. Visions of Heavens are also useful. You can use those to get moments of inspiration and cure your terror, nightmare things. Have they changed this, by the way? I think they've changed this. It looks different, but my brain is like, I swear it was a big circle thing with it around the outside. This is much better, nicer, I like it. Either way, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think of the new update. Any of it's incredibly good for me, any comment. But either way, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.